Hey comic book fans, my nerdy friends, my geeky compadres, what's going on? You're back with another Running with Comics production. It's a Thursday, so it's an in-depth review day. Thank you for joining me. Scott here, with ya. Loving my books this week, and today, doing a review of Daredevil issue 25. Gotta take my crap at something right. Alright, first things first. The music you're hearing, there's a band called Polar Bear Club. It's their album Clash Battle Guilt Pride. It's amazing. I love it. Picked it up on vinyl. It's actually like a brown marble vinyl. It's pretty cool looking. Yeah, love these guys. Great sound. Fantastic lyrics. Love them. Anyway, let's get to the book. So, I tallied all the votes and actually had a lot of votes for a bunch of different books this week. So thank you to everybody for taking time to vote. And I was kind of surprised at this pick for this week. Not the content, but I was surprised that it got the most votes. I shouldn't be, because it's an amazing book, like super amazing. It would actually be my pick of the week this week, because the whole thing from front to end is just awesome. Mark Waid is freaking killing it with this book. Cover, see Daredevil there, like honest, just freaking bleeding out, and we don't know who this is. So, get into the book, and it starts off with a scene with Matt Murdock and Foggy in the hospital, and this gentleman that showed up at the end of number 24, claiming that he knows like who's behind all the attacks on Daredevil lately, and that he can take him there. While he's talking, you see like Daredevil's kind of like sensing his pulse and realizing that he's not lying, and you know, his breathing is regular, and so he completely trusts him. And he says, you know, you're gonna. He said, the guy said, I can show you on a map where it's at. And Daredevil's kind of like, no, you're going to show me where it's at now. And as he's like flying through the air pretty much, he kind of realizes that it's a setup. And that the guy's heartbeat is too regular. And once they land on the building that they're supposed to be at, he tells the guy that, look, you need to go to the nearest hospital and get operated on because I know something's up. And then he realizes that whoever the boss is gave him a pacemaker, and that if they knew that Daredevil was there, you know, something was going to happen shortly. Well, all of a sudden, his pulse stops and the guy dies before he could even get to the hospital. So they kind of knew what, like, the amount of time it would take for him to get to the building, I think. So that's really cool. I really like this guy who's behind everything and kind of orchestrating all this mayhem, just because there's a lot of thought into it, you know. This next page, I love this page. I love this all put together. It's just him like sensing that like there's no peculiar smell, the air doesn't taste wrong, there's no sound. He's just kind of like he says if that's supposed to freak me out, whoever's beneath this roof doesn't know me at all. And then the best picture, look at that, and it says I don't scare, and he's like falling through the roof. It was like glass and he's falling through the roof, but like, yeah, I lost it when I saw this. Like, it was, that's awesome. I love the art in this book. It's perfect for this book. It's just great. So he goes into this empty warehouse. It's completely empty. He realizes that it's completely empty, and then all of a sudden somebody opens up a door, and he's talking to Daredevil, saying that you're in the right place. There were experiments here, and really bad. And Daredevil like can smell on him the toxic chemicals that got spilt on him, and he smells the bloody wrapping of boxer wrap and shaving cream, and we find out that this guy, whoever he is wearing his Matt Murdock's father's like boxing silk, the robe, and he just like kind of freaking loses it. Like, he gets pissed, and he's like, how dare you come wrapped in the robe of my father? And he says like, who are you? And then we get this first glimpse of this guy, and his name is Ikari. I think it says it's Japanese for fury, and he says like Daredevil says that's how he feels, because he's pissed. And the rest of this book is just a huge, like, freaking epic battle between the two. And Ikari's telling the Daredevil that he was part of the experiments, and nothing that Daredevil can do, he can't do. And so Daredevil's like thinking to himself, yeah, but he doesn't, like, that's why he chose the warehouse, because there's no variables in it. There's no, like, real outside interference at all. It's just a big empty warehouse. Of course he's not going to be able to, he's not going to have a problem sensing everything, because there's nothing in there. So Daredevil takes him out into the streets, and they start fighting on like it looks like a high wire. It looks like a power line or something. But like Ikari's just there with Daredevil every single move, and he ends up actually cutting the Daredevil's arm with his blades, and he's just kind of like, it's not that like Daredevil's stumped, it's just that he keeps thinking that this guy is new, and he doesn't have the same experience as Daredevil, so he's just like, he keeps thinking that he's going to be able to, defeat this guy. And it's really cool, like the optimism he has about it, even though he's like facing this foe, this crazy foe. So he goes into thinking about what he can do. He's got to always be on the defense, and then it goes into like a flashback of him being trained by Stick. I don't know anything about Stick. This is like my third issue of Daredevil ever, so I don't really know too much about his background, but there's these flashbacks of him, Stick telling him to, what do you see, with like his, not vision, but like his sensor vision, and there he's like, oh, we're on a rooftop, there's like a balcony down there, or a building, or a canopy, and Stick just kind of throws him off, and just kind of leaves him, and then you start seeing the battle and the flashback, and then the Daredevil fighting, and then more flashback. It's kind of like showing why Daredevil is so like optimistic optimistic about the fight. You know, it was, I liked that. I really, really liked that part. Actually, there's nothing about this book that I didn't like. This is, like, a fantastic issue. He's, like, telling himself to always keep his guard up, and man, it's just a big, huge brawl. They just keep fighting. And, you know, he talks about how he can smell the blood underneath Ikari's mask, and how he felt his bones break and stuff, and then how he felt his own bones break, and like they have the same kind of really they're taking on like the same kind of damage. So he starts, you know, fighting with his telescoping, what is it, staff, and he's trying to keep him at a distance while Daredevil like can catch his breath a little bit, I guess, and he just breaks it, and it's just awesome. Every single freaking panel on this is awesome. And so Daredevil gets to a point where he's got to take a little bit of a rest, and like, you know, because he's just bleeding out. He got scraped up in the back, he got his arm slashed, and so, you know, he broke some ribs. So knowing the city like he does, he drops down to street level and then finds like sporting goods store, and he goes in, and the guy follows him, and Daredevil's like, well, you know, there's a whole lot of stuff around, so his sensor vision is just gonna go crazy, and he like to help out with that task, he sets the fire alarms off, so it's raining, and it's gonna like obstruct his sensor views. So while he's doing that, he says that his own drops 95%. Like he can hardly see, like, you know, what's around, and Daredevil is like, you know, he doesn't know, he can't tell anything, he can't keep anything apart right now. He's thinking this to himself, and he starts reaching for a baseball bat as Ikari's coming up on him, and as he reaches for the baseball bat, Ikari says, "Try the red one." And Daredevil is like, he's not blind. He's like, oh my god, he's not blind. And like, just Ikari picks up the red baseball bat and just beats the crap out of Daredevil. And they're laying there, or Daredevil's laying there, and Ikari's over top of him, and he's like, "Don't worry, Mr. Murdoch, it's almost over. But not now. Soon. You don't know when I will end you, but you know who will end you. It may be, you know, next week. It might be tonight. It'll be soon." And he tells Daredevil to run for his life. And that's it. I was like, oh my god, like, it was just nuts. Like, this issue was amazing. Amazing issue. If you haven't been keeping up on Daredevil, go get this issue. Like, I know I just told you everything about this issue. I understand that. But go get it. Because it is awesome. Oh my god, it was just so good. So good. I'm sticking with this title for like forever, I think, just because that was amazing. It doesn't get better than that. It doesn't. So that's it. That's my review on Daredevil number 25. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for voting. Thank you very much for watching. And let's see. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do Sunday brunch this week. Everything's kind of up in the air right now. We got some family issues going on. So I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I do know I will not be able to be on 4 Guys, 1 Live show this week. I have a week of overnights work to do at my work this week. So my shifts start at 7 p.m. and go till 3 a.m. So the show starts at 8. I won't be able to be on. Excuse me. I will, however, like text the guys my pick of the week, even though you just saw it. Text them the other books I picked up this week and what I thought, and I will text them my list of what I'm picking up next Wednesday. And you know, if it's up to them. If they want to mention it, they can. If not, that's cool too, because I'm not on. But yeah, so I apologize for that. I really want to be on. I love being on that show. Thank you, CJ, Nate, and Frank for inviting me on and having me be a part of the show. It's really awesome. I really enjoy it. And if you guys haven't checked it out, please, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're on. Last week we went for like 3 hours. It's slowly going down in time. I know when they first started, they were doing like 4 hours. But yeah, we're slowly cutting down the time a little bit. Yeah, that's it, I guess. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. All right, bye.